What's up guys, leftstickrightstick here again with another LBP video. This is an LBPC16 showcase and this was the final contest of LittleBigPlanet Central Forum, and the whole theme was anything goes. You can make anything as long as it's playable by one player, and it's been previously unpublished. The contest was between the 23rd of October 2018 and December 31st 2018, and the winner gets an LBP cap, a pin and a PSN gift card. As you know, we're going to go through all the levels, our favourites of the contest. First I'm going to start with Little Big City by SNAKFRIEN. This was actually a very cool 3D level. I like the idea of going around this whole city, multiple different sections where you have to sort of complete or get past and survive to obtain keys. I couldn't actually do some of the key areas, but I like the whole concept behind it, and I guess the only thing that was a bit of a detraction for this was the aesthetics, which clearly could be well improved upon, but the whole concept and mechanics of this was actually very, very cool and fun. Next up we have Elite 4 Origins Demo. This was actually a very cool level. Obviously, as you know, I'm not that big of a fan of using demos etc. in contests or like winning stuff. But this was a very cool level where it's very highly detailed in terms of costumes. It's got a nice story, so I'm really looking forward to actually the full Elite 4 sort of level, because it's done in a very interesting way. You've got like extra puzzles throughout as well. You can actually, there's sort of mini interactions where you gotta, like you see here, you're looking for an object in a scene, and then later on you gotta do like typing codes, and it's all very story driven, which is actually very cool. So Rangers 1 makes a really, really nice level, so I'm definitely looking out for the full completed level of Elite 4 coming soon, but obviously it might take a while. And I guess I like that there's also different characters. Well, you can choose different characters. Obviously in this demo it doesn't really show through what really the differences are, but it explains at the beginning. You've got different characters to choose from, and hopefully that will play out a bit more fun and you can actually utilize their skills a bit more later on. But overall, I like the whole setting and structure of this whole demo so far, and I always like it when you've got these cutscene things and you've got like menu choices that you can actually do. It's not just you just follow it through and that's it. So that's actually really nice. So looking forward to more of that. Next up we have Ascension by Precipitate 2. This was quite an interesting level in that it's got a very obvious theme. It's got this whole skyscraper theme. The actual obstacles were quite simple and basic. It does look very nice, though everything does seem to work together, gels together aesthetically. In terms of difficulty, it's quite easy, I guess, and in many ways it's sort of what you'd kind of expect. I would say the main point about this is that there was nothing that really wowed me for some reason in it. I'd never felt like, oh, this is awesome. It's more of, oh yeah, I get the idea, it's nice, playing through it, that kind of thing. There's, I don't know, the whole scale is quite nice. I liked that the actual sky changed sort of colors as you approach the top, and I liked the naming was nice. Everything does work. It just felt a little disappointing, I guess, especially at the end where it had this weird a little ending where you have to make a choice. I mean, basically it was pretty nice up until the very end where it got weird, and yes, it comments out on itself that it was kind of a bit of a anticlimactic ending, because it makes it seem like there's a boss, but there isn't. But obviously that's probably what they're going for. But next up we have The Cardboard Adventure by Echo Star 3. This was interesting, is probably the best word I can say. I mean, obviously it's actually very, very simple. I mean, most of it is basically just run to the right. But it's got these nice little bits and bobs to it that I really enjoyed. It's got some really weird ass creatures and characters that you encounter throughout, but I like that there's this whole painting pool, these paint pools that obviously don't look like they're a pool, which was actually, I think, is really cool kind of obstacle, really nice little obstacle there. And I like the swaying of some of the hills and cliffs that you have to jump between. The actual swaying movement it just felt very right. It was good level of detail in terms of the actual movements of other pieces. I guess it's meant to be kind of funny with all these weird ass characters and stuff. I just liked it for the painting pools and the actual swaying movements of some of the cliffs and stuff. So that's the only thing I really like about it, to be fair. And all the other obstacles it's too basic. I mean, I just didn't like the idea that we were just going essentially hold right and jump occasionally, and then you're done at the end, and you're just encountering a few characters. So nah, not too shabby, but has some issues there. Next up we have All Gone Dreaming by ENOCHROOT. This was a very long adventure, and basically the whole concept of this adventure is that people have left LittleBigPlanet and they're all going off to dreams, and you know, LittleBigPlanet is now starting to being run down, and you explore different areas of LittleBigPlanet. Some are just like, you know, old, and you're trying to search out for this golden sack, someone who's going to save LittleBigPlanet. Obviously it's, you know, a big play on the actual situation of LittleBigPlanet, draws in Sony, etc. It's very meta in that respect in its story, and it's done, to be fair, it's done really well. Obviously some of the parts aesthetically are not all too polished, but the whole concept of the story behind it actually is very, very well refined in many ways, I think. So that's actually pretty cool. And I guess it is a very testament to, you know, why everyone, a lot of the LBP sort of community are feeling like, yes, LBP is, you know, going a bit downhill, and everyone's going off the dreams, which is, you know, a very nice take and very apt timing for this whole concept, and actually is done in quite a few of the entries to this contest. I thought this was actually very fun. ENOCHROOT always does make really nice adventures and levels that aren't always necessarily aesthetically great, but the actual whole story element that he tries to incorporate, you know, it works very well, and it's fun and, you know, quite tongue-in-cheek. And obviously it's, you know, you'd appreciate it if you just enjoy the whole making fun of the situation of LBP. You might find it a bit offensive, I guess, or, you know, you don't agree with the story, whatever, but it is fun nonetheless. It's a great way to incorporate it all. Next we have The Creator's End teaser by Agent Cyclone 42. This was actually just a movie, which is a very nice movie, to be fair. Again, this is actually just, you know, like it's saying in the title, it's a teaser for you know, an upcoming, more longer creation. So there's, you know, more to look forward to that. It is very short though, but I do like the story and the concept. All the aesthetically is actually done quite well. I like how it's trying to tease the whole story. Is actually very nice. I'm really looking forward to the actual full Creator's End. Well, not so much the actual Creator's End, but, you know, this creation, the actual full final creation would be cool. The animations are done very, very impressively in this whole movie thing. The only thing that I guess is a problem is that, once again, it is a short creation as well as being a teaser. So I just don't like the idea of, you know, people entering teaser stuff or like demo stuff into a contest, because clearly it's not finished. So why would you expect to win? I just don't get that. But it's also to celebrate, you know, the 10th anniversary of LittleBigPlanet, so it's a very nice little creation. Look forward to the full Creator's End, hopefully coming soon in 2019. Then next up we have Dia de los Muertos, which I believe actually got team picked as well by MAKEIMI before the results were announced. So I don't know, like, how I feel. It was fourth. It did get the honorable mention prize. And, you know, like we said in Team Pick Review, you can check out the whole Team Pick Review as well, where, you know, it's very, very good and well put together Day of the Dead themed level, to be fair. It's really nice. I like, you know, the use of toggle in the whole spirit realm thing. That was actually very cool. The whole Mexican city scenery also looked very suitable. It, you know, fits very well, and the whole gameplay element is actually quite nice. There's lots of interesting bits here and there. I really liked all the skull and dead characters. They looked very impressive. I guess, you know, they're generally quite easy to make, I guess, but, you know, they always look very nice. It would have been nice to see maybe some more interactivity with them. The obstacles were very cool, and it was actually more lengthy than I originally thought it would be. And aesthetically, it is very impressive. So again, I do believe it's deserving of 4th place in the contest, and technically deserving of a team pick. I just didn't like that it was team picked before the results were announced. Next up, in 3rd place, we have Zom Zom Lamp by XXVision666. This was really cool. I really liked the whole setting of this. It had some really nice obstacles throughout as well. Great use of different gravities, etc. They had different sections, the use of gravity in the which is really cool. The whole lamp aesthetic, the whole magic theme really works together with all the obstacles and the actual setting. There were some bits where I found it a little difficult, but overall it was quite nice. I really like this whole teleportation sort of concept. It was actually quite really interesting obstacle which I've never seen before, which is really nice. And spawn points being, these lamps were actually a really nice, cool addition. I feel like maybe it would have been nice to have some extra powers. I feel like that sort of would have been something nice, kind of cool addition. And these magic carpets were also very cool as well. I think my favorite obstacles in this whole level though were probably this climbing and these climbing and soar, going up and down soar obstacle. That was very cool. And the whole transition throughout the level between to more magic going towards the end, as well as like this little carpet ride to the actual scoreboard, was very, very cool indeed. In second place we had the Lair of the Beholder by Limi. This was a top-down level, and this was actually pretty cool. There's lots of things that was really nice about it. Aesthetically, I'm not 100% on it, just because some areas look kind of nice and some areas don't look quite as nice. But it's like a top-down twin stick kind of shooter kind of level. You've got some extra powers, superpowers, like meteoring down, you can shoot these little magic things, and you can try and go around looking for treasure in this whole lair. Lots of enemies to be had, lots of gold and treasures to find, and it's actually, there's some bits of it which are quite challenging. I never actually completed it because I found it a bit too challenging in some areas, but this I feel is definitely well deserving of second place, although obviously aesthetically it may not appeal to some people. But obviously, there's that. The HUD is quite, rudimental. With the HP and MP, maybe it could have been done as a HUD somewhere else. And I liked there was a variation of enemies. It's not just one style of enemy that was in this whole dungeon-esque thing. And there was like different zones which had different views. But obviously sometimes the whole moving around mechanism didn't quite work as smoothly as you would have wanted it to, obviously being both 3D and top-down, but a great attempt nonetheless. And then finally, in first place, we have a series of awesome Misadventures by Digokube. We've already talked about this in the team pick review again already, but this was an amazing level, and definitely my favourite of the whole contest, just because I think I really like Digokube's style, especially all the characters, the large characters that he makes, and the whole style of the platform, and the whole polish of the aesthetics. Everything works. There's a perfect level of detail, and the obstacles are always, well, not always, but generally, actually they fit the whole setting they have. And there's a nice little story once again to, everyone's going off into dreams. And this whole, I found it quite impressive. They actually, Digokube worked in a lot of different aesthetical zones throughout this whole level. So, you've got that whole scenery of like green hills and stuff, then you've got this whole sand dunes, then you've got underwater bit, then you've got this robo cyberspace kind of thing, then you've got like this whole silhouette style area as well. So really, really cool, and great sort of sense of urgency is actually created throughout. So you're kind of rushing, everything gels together so nicely, and it makes you think, there's so many more levels and stuff, ideas that Digokube could bring. But if you like any of these levels, click the like button below and let me know in the comments below what you thought about them, which was your favorite. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you next time. And don't forget to check out all our Dreams content too.